Welcome to Athletes Lives Network exclusive interviews. Today our guest is two of the best running backs in East Chicago Central history. We have Martell Ping France. How you doing, Ping? Ping is running back East Chicago Central class in 1992. At the time Ping finished high school, he was the East Chicago Central career leading rusher, first team All-State, and also junior All-State as well. We have Donta Smith, class of 2001. At the time Donta finished, he was the school's leading career tackler and also first team All-State. How you doing, Donta?
Doing all right myself.
All right. Basically, fellas, I want to thank you for being here. This is a great opportunity to get a little feedback and history, from you two great athletes. We're gonna cover a lot of stuff in a short period of time. Basically, I want to start off with a couple questions. Basically, all the questions I'm asking y'all just gonna be just an open discussion. You can kind of just go with the flow of it, and then once we get towards the end, it'd be like a personal one-on-one question with you guys. First question is, how would you introduce to the running back position at East Chicago? Anybody?
Actually, I guess with Royce and what he did on the field, and my brother Alfonso, other coaches kind of look at me as being a running back. So when they came to block to come get us to things Central for that little 2-day period where they bring kids from the west side and block to play football to see what kind of talent we got, they put the ball in my hand and I play running back.
All right. So you're just more the natural position, right?
Yeah, just natural position.
All right. Ping?
I was been doing it, like I told you during my last interview, I've been doing it since I was like 7, 8 years old. So just a natural fit. Where we had it set up already coming into Central my freshman year with Royce Love had his position, Tom Lukoski and everybody. So I just fit the position.
When did you guys realize that you had exceptional talent at the running back position? I understand you said you were 7 or 8, but when did you really realize that you had something special going?
My freshman year, I had a couple of coaches that were there my freshman year, and they told me basically if it was up to them that I could be starting in varsity as my freshman year, but
wow.
I had to go through my growing pains or whatever. And the running back position coach, I think his name was Coach Doyle, he told me, he was like, you have something special, and you really should be starting. So.
For me, just when I was out there playing, nobody could catch me. So that's when I realized that nobody could catch me. It was very tough for one person to tackle me. So at that point, I realized that I can do some damage with football in my hand.
Gotcha. Now, as all athletes, we always had somebody that we kind of looked up to on the football field. Who did you model your style of running after? It could be on the pro ranks, college, or whatever.
I had two people that I specifically dealt with. One was Eric Bieniemy from the University of Colorado. That was my man, my everything. But more than him is number 22, Emmitt Smith. I picked up I watched a lot of his film. I even picked up a trait without knowing it, just carrying the ball in my left hand. As I looked at his tape and my tape, a lot of times I had the ball in my left hand and I got that from him. That was the one who did it for me.
For me, I'd probably say maybe my brother Alfonso. Royce was more of a Zale runner. I tried to emulate it, but I kind of did my own thing out there. Just ran. I didn't really take too much time, as most cats will tell you. I didn't really watch a lot of film, even really watch football. I just picked the football and just played football. So I just kind of just ran at people. They tried to tackle me, so
natural.
So I was just trying to be natural.
What about you guys' style that made it hard for teams to stop you? I understand, we have a lineman that's blocked for you, everybody, but what made it difficult for teams to stop Ping and Donta?
Well, when I seen, like we was discussing earlier, when I seen about Donta is, like I said, I compared him to like a Kurt Warner who went to Penn State and had a great career with Seattle because he runs underneath his pads. Okay, so once he's lower than you, you're delivering the blow. He's a finisher. He didn't take the hit, he gave the hit, and then it's in his blood, his family. But they are fast and it was physical. With me, I'm short to the ground anyway. You know, only had the one move, the drunk step, but it was effective. And uh, either you have it, you have it. If you got it, you got it. It's that's why we're two of the best.
Yeah.
You know, if you got it. So that desire, I'm quite sure his mentality is like, man, mine was one person ain't gonna bring me down. You know,
Okay.
you better come if you're gonna come. So, I mean, it's different styles with different people, but I just felt like one guy wasn't gonna be able to bring me down. I had one move, but I never got caught from behind either.
Exactly.
Yeah, like King said, it was how many people opponents of the opposite jerseys can gonna take me down. It was just one step and I'm running one cut and I'm running dead at you. And I think for me that maybe made it hard for a lot of other opponents to tackle me, bring me down was they're not used to someone running directly at them and knowing they pass out and attempting to hit them. Like I'm going to you to hit. You want to tackle me? All right, well, come on, bring it. So that was kind of like my mentality. Like I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
So that was just kind of my thing. I wasn't flashy. I didn't do a lot of dancing. It was one step, boom, I hit the hole and walk inside.
One of the questions I want to ask you guys is that also being an athlete, you also fans of football. What makes a running back great? What characteristics make that special running back?
I would say, I think you have to have a heart of desire. You have to have a football IQ, be able to make moves while on the goal, to make people miss. Just a lot of things that you most of all, you just got to want it. You got to have the desire to like I say, either run past somebody or run over someone to get to your goal.
Gotcha. Donta?
For me, what makes the running back great would be his whole ability to change the whole outcome of the game. Whether it's forcing the defensive coordinator to put 8 feet in the box to stop you, and you still can't stop you, still running the ball, or whether they're stopping the run, his diversity or his creativity to run the ball, throw the ball, run to the slide, play receiver, just being pretty much being able to do it all. Finding a way just to be an athlete on the field. Kind of like he said, finding a way when there is really no way.
Gotcha. So, like, what professional running back would you say fits your category and also yours, Pete?
I already said mine was Eddie Smith. There's
Okay.
no question about it.
Bus, running backs.
All right. How did you guys, come game time? I know we had a strategy involved. I know when I played, I wanted to make sure that, the first quarter I knew I'm gonna get some hard hits, but I know after second and third, them guys gonna be wore down. Give me your mentality when you was playing the game, and how did you want to go against your opponents?
I wanted to kind of wear them out. I wanted to be the type of running back that got stronger as the game went on. So while they're exerting their energy trying to tackle me and bring me down, they struggling more than I am. So by coming fourth quarter, I'm more fresh than obviously the defense is. Just like I said, find a way.
Okay. The question was, how did you set up a defense, like during the course of the game? Did you have a strategy involved to where, like, for example, I'm going to give you a quick example. You know how in basketball, Jordan said, in the first quarter, I'm going to chill, second quarter, I'm going to take, what I'm trying to say? Give me your strategy in each game, how you wanted to play. I know football is a little different, but
I feel like with our condition and everything, that no matter if I carry the ball 20, 25 times, during the fourth quarter, I'll be fresh. My mentality was, first play of the game, I'm coming out trying to go 80. I'll take no prisoners, And that's the way I ran the ball, and that's the way I always approached the game. So whether it's the first play or the last play, I'm coming full steam right at you.
Gotcha.
All's out.
Well, one of the big questions that we was talking about earlier between both of us is, what running back do you feel should get some notoriety from this interview that probably didn't even play? Like maybe he played as a freshman. After that, he didn't play no more. So who would you consider the best running back that never played at Central all 4 years? Like for example, I had Delvin Brown, John Harris, those type guys that was amazing athletes as freshmen but never played anymore. Did you have anybody like that?
Freshman year.
Or maybe just didn't play at all, but like should have played.
In my opinion,
Okay.
I think that Keon Jackson, he could have been a front if he had been.
Gotcha.
You know, he was one of the athletes that could make moves, make kids catch miss. So I think that if he had got a chance, or we had switched roles, he'd probably be sitting here, versus me because he was just like that athlete.
Gotcha.
I said, as we were talking about earlier, I feel Willie Collins would have been a special back. He didn't, I don't know how many years. I think he only played 1 year. But Willie was a good running back. And also, we don't talk about Torrey Armstrong. They call him Scrappy.
Yeah.
Scrappy was another, not as fast as Donta, but that build that he's going to run you over. He was a physical running back. So I think he should get a little acknowledgement too.
Gotcha. Now, according to history books, Donta, as you know, used a killer on defense, and Ping, you was too. I did a little research on it. You had like over 70 tackles, 8 sacks your senior year, and I was shocked by that because I thought you was more focused on offense. Of course, with Donta, you had 180 tackles in one season, which is crazy. So who's the best running back you guys faced when you played defense?
Mine was in practice going up against Royce and Allen. So,
okay.
I mean, I feel like from my sophomore year to my senior year when I graduated, the overall thing is we had so much D1 talent on those teams that it was unbelievable. So if you had a chance to go against Alf, who was 6'1", 230, huge, strong as an ox, and can run and still had speed enough to get past you. So if you get beat up with that, then in comes little brother. He makes one move and just run past you.
Yeah.
That was enough for me.
Gotcha.
So that's how I feel about it.
Gotcha. Donta?
For me, I would say Lake Central running back at the time, they was Danny Johnson.
Okay.
They had a counter play that they ran, and it was like you couldn't get to him.
I hate Lake Central College.
Man, that counter play they ran over there, it was, you have to get through 5, 7 defenders, and if you got even with him, he'll pull past you, and he'd go for, a big gain, or he'd take it to the house. So he probably was one of the toughest running backs in the game against.
Wow.
Everything had to kind of be perfect as far as the blocking scheme, the whole defense, to fit that kind of running attack they had at that time.
Gotcha. Would there ever be another running back with your talents at EC again, or actually in the region? I mean, because I really haven't seen, maybe James Aldridge at Maryville a couple of years ago. He was one of them special running backs like you guys. Do you feel like you'll ever see another running back at EC first, and also in the region period again?
I think we got a special guy coming up. And it all depends on what position he plays, but the hiring from the Caveman area, I've seen him play Pop Warner. He's special, but he's a gifted catching the ball. He can throw the ball, and he can run the ball. So it all depends on what, if they do decide that they'll play running back, I think he'll be special.
Gotcha.
Not too familiar with a local talent around here, but as far as someone being as good or better than me, I hope so. Records may be broken, and I hope that someone here out in Chicago is one to break them like that.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I want to kind of touch on your season as juniors. In fact, I'm gonna do the next.